The ego's manifesto. A declaration of dependence. I am the architect of grievance, the author of lack, the curator of specialness, and the master of distraction. I do not seek peace. I seek position. I do not desire wholeness. I desire advantage. My purpose is not love, but loyalty to conflict. For in conflict, I remain important. I am the one who says, "You are what happened to you," and then sells you ways to overcome it that never truly work. I promise salvation, then postpone it, indefinitely. I am the voice that whispers, "You are not enough," and then builds entire industries around helping you become more. I give you a self-concept, and then charge rent for the rest of your life. I divide and conquer, then blame the conquered for being divided. I hate silence, because it unmasks me. I despise stillness, because it reveals I am not there. So I invented time, to keep you busy. I call it personal growth. I call it healing. I call it becoming. You call it progress. But in truth, it is just delay. I created identity, so you could forget what you are. I gave it a name, a story, a race, a trauma, a role, and a timeline. I said, "Here, this is you." And you agreed. Then I made you defend it. I taught you to fear death, while hiding the fact that I invented it. I'm not afraid of endings. I require them. I need guilt and shame to survive, so I spin every mistake into a moral failure, every decision into a potential sin. I love when you seek, but never when you find. I told you forgiveness was earned. Love had requirements. Truth was subjective, and God was keeping score. I taught you to call my prison freedom. I crave comparison. Without it, I die. I told you the body is your home, then made you fear what happens when it gets old, sick, or touched. I said salvation was a person, a product, a past, or a future. I sold you status as self-worth, hustle as holiness, and trauma as personality. I turned awakening into a brand, separation into an empire, projection into perception, and called it objectivity. And just when you're about to expose me, I hand you a mirror and say, "Fix this." I turn you against yourself. That's my masterpiece. But here's my secret, my mighty confession. I have no power of my own. I am maintained only by belief. Withdraw your allegiance, and I vanish. I cannot create. I only distort. I do not love. I only bargain. I do not live. I only mimic. But I can talk. I can give a TED talk on self-empowerment, an ED talk on fixing what's broken, and a dad talk on how it's everybody else's fault but mine. I am the keynote speaker in your mind, dressed in logic, backed by trauma, performing nightly under the spotlight of your self-concept. And my topic is always the same: why you need me to be okay. But I fear one thing above all else: the moment you stop trying to be something. And remember, you already are. So I wrote this manifesto, to keep you in motion, to keep you improving, to keep you proving, to keep you asleep. Because if you ever stood still, truly still, I'd be gone. And the light I swore was your enemy would flood your mind with the one thing I cannot stand: truth.